Hi, this is Noemi from Jackie Bean, and today I'm going to show you guys how to catch your floats in stranded colorwork knitting. So first I want to talk about what is a float. Float is the term that we use for the strand of yarn, like these, that run across the back of your colorwork fabric. This strand is what makes the colorwork stranded colorwork, which is different than other colorwork methods like mosaic knitting. Catching your floats help manage your floats on the back of your work, which is very important because you don't want too long floats where your fingers, buttons, or necklace would get caught on them and pull on your stitches. So you want to catch your floats every inch or so. I personally don't like to go more than 5 stitches without catching my floats. I'm working on my heritage cowl design, and this is a new design of mine. So here I have 7 blue stitches to knit before the next white one. So I'm going to catch the white yarn midway on the 4th stitch. So here I'm going to knit 3 stitches with my blue yarn. And I'm going to insert my needle like if I were to knit the 4th stitch, but instead I'm going to wrap around the white yarn my needle. Then I'm going to wrap around the blue yarn, and then I'm going to unwrap this white yarn and knit this stitch, put it over to my right needle. And then I have 3 more blue stitches to go before I would knit again with the white yarn. So I stretch my stitches across my needle. You can see how we cut that float right there. And now I'm going to knit the next stitch with the white yarn. We wanted to take a moment to talk about the tension of the floats. Even float tension is super important, and it takes some practice. You don't want too floppy or too loose floats, but you also don't want too tight floats that causes puckering. Knitted fabric is elastic, so you have to make sure that your floats are just long enough to span across the width of your work stitches. Tension of your floats can affect your gauge, and it's actually very hard to get the same gauge on single color stockinette fabric and stranded colorwork. So my tip for you would be to always stretch your knitting across your needles before starting the next color. I'll show you what I mean. I have to knit 5 blue stitches before I knit the next white one. So I'm going to knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue stitches. I did not catch a float here because it was 5 stitches, and that's kind of my max that I can go without catching a float. And now I'm going to stretch my stitches across my right needle before knitting my next stitch with the white yarn. I have 3 white stitches, and again I'm going to stretch my knitting across my needles before I pick up the blue yarn and I knit my next few stitches with the blue color. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and if you have any other tips or questions for me, leave them in the comments below. You can also find the yarns I used in this video on my website at jackiebean.com. Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, just please...
Never said just please.
Please like and subscribe! Okay, I need to stop. Too much laughter going on.